What's up, guys? Welcome to your weekend stream. Just wanted to come on here and discuss some stuff that's been going on today. It's been a pretty active day here in our little ecosystem, right? Richard Hart and them just finished up streaming, which was a great stream, by the way. Red Squirrel, good to see you, man. Thank you for stopping in. But I just want to go over, some of the exciting Zen details that happened today. Huge launch that they did, and very they had a few hiccups there at the beginning, but everything panned out, and they said they the volume they got were 10x their expectations, which is not a very bad problem to have. It might have caused a few hiccups here and there in the beginning, but turned out smooth. We're going to be going over that a little bit. Also, we're going to be going over some BNBP. The chart's looking pretty good. It's at a little consolidation DCA level, in my opinion. We're going to be going over that, and just some repercussions from BSC. Having a little rollback and pause there the other day, and just discuss a few things, and whatever you guys want to talk about in the chat. I have about an hour here on stream before I have to roll on out and go pick up my wife. So I just wanted to jump on here and hang out a little bit. I know, Richard Hartney's got them streaming and stuff. So I kind of wanted to wait for that to come to an end before I did anything. But MJB said, lucky enough to mint my Zen C rank 4,920. That is awesome, man. I was lucky enough. I did 6 wallets. I was in there right when it first launched, and luckily refreshed right in time. And I think I got number 920 something. I don't know. We'll go over it and we'll look at it. Some of the wallets that I minted. I got some wallets in the low range, and then I got some wallets in the thousands of range. So just excited to be a part of it. Right, it's free. You're not really losing anything but the gas costs. The gas costs went crazy there for a minute. Spiked pretty high, and I think on Etherscan, which I'll pull up. Let me go ahead and get that pulled up. We were the top, or the Zen contract was the top gas guzzler. Is it on this website? I can't remember exactly. Top statistics. Fuck, man, I can't exactly remember where it was. If you guys can tell me, I can't remember the name of the site you go to see the top gas consumers. If y'all know that, please drop it in the chat down below so I can pull that up. Anyway, I'll find it here in a second. Hold on. I do want to look at that because it's very interesting. Here we go. I got it pulled up. And I think it is still number one for gas. Let's see, FB8. Yeah. Sorry if you hear something in the background. I got my son with me, so he's back there hanging out on his tablet while I do the stream. So if you hear something in the background, it is him. Hex Token, BNBP, you know me. What's up, man? It's got to be pretty early there for you, right? You're a little early today. I'm not used to seeing you out so early. Good to see you. Fat Sammy, hi. Good to see you, Hines. Good to see you too, man. Really glad to just get back in here and kind of start doing this a little bit more. I took some time off after I left Pulse Pot, and I've been diving into TikTok. I got a new TikTok out. Just really trying to build my platforms. I'm almost at 1,000K subscribers on YouTube, which is incredible. That's been a big mission of mine. So, out here to try to get it done. No new info from Richard Hart. Disappointing. He did say, I did catch that ever since ETH 2.0, they've been waiting on that kind of the merge to see how it went. And basically, they're going to be forking ETH 2.0's consensus layer, which I'm not very technical sound, right? I'm not technology sound, but it sounds like they were waiting on ETH 2 to see how that turned out to make some of their bigger consensus decisions. So kind of some news, not nothing we wanted to hear about. Pulse is launching next week, but there was some little tidbits in there for sure. Went up to 200 Gwei after launch. Yeah, it skyrocketed. Gwei's, it's settled back down now. Let me go ahead and share my screen. Share. So you can see here, Gwei's at 41 right now, or average. But you can see right here, the top number one rank contract address for Burns is in the last 24 hours, which it had new, and I'd say in the last 3 hours, $811,685 worth of Ethereum fees have been caused by that contract. And when we pull it up, you'll see there's just phenomenal numbers. I'm sure there's bots involved, but there's just been some phenomenal numbers within that within Zen. I think it's already above 40-some thousand. So yeah. Oh yeah, Hex Token right here said global rank now is 40,093. That's insane, guys. That's insane. That is insane. But you can see, man, we're even beating Uniswap, right? Zen's beating Uniswap. It's beating, MetaMask routers normally pretty high up the list. And what's funny is, back in the bull market, OpenSea was always up here at the top, right? OpenSea is not even in the top 15 anymore. Shout out NFT bros, right? So that's kind of interesting. Let me pull up Zen here. So as we can see, actually, let me refresh the page. 43,672 wallets in the global rank. Global rank is a counter which increases by 1 whenever a new account. So that is insane. That is insane. It's good to see though, man. Really good to see. So max term days right now is so if you go to mint your Zen, you can max it out for 331 days. So we're almost at that year mark, which is cool. Which is cool to see. Those are some good numbers, man. Those are some good numbers, and it climbed rapidly. But let's go over here to Mint, and I'll show you. I got one of my wallets connected here. See, I'm C rank 963 with AMP 3,000, 10%. Term days 100. Estimated Zen. When I first minted this, my estimated Zen was only. Hey, quit! Stop! Sorry, guys, that's the dog. But when Cody, stop! Get in the pen. Pen. Go. Sorry. When I first minted these, so my estimated Zen was only, I think, 1 million. So it's already 5x my estimated Zen. Because I'm pretty sure the way it works is, the sooner you get in, and then the more people that get in after you, it kind of boosts the rewards that you are able to receive. But you can see this wallet, I have, like I said, C rank 963. And then if I move to, let's see, this next one, this next wallet, and the site's been pretty laggy, but they said they were running updates and stuff like that. So, it should be up better in the future. But this C rank here is 1,595 with estimated Zen 5 million. So that's 10 million so far. Let's go to the next one. And that one's for 100 days as well. I did some in here for like 30 days just to, just for shits and giggles, just so I could have some liquid. And this is the 30-day one right here. So C rank 3,956. Estimated Zen 1.5 million, and I can claim that one in 30 days. I didn't do them all maxed out. I did most of them maxed out, but I didn't do all of them maxed out just so I could have some to, play around with whenever it does come out. So yeah, but the thing is, with the high gas fees, right? It's going to be interesting how this thing gets priced out to see, if it was even profitable to push these mints out like that, especially in the gas wars that were going on. I even had a $30 failed transaction on one of my mints. So Stupid, probably, but I could afford it at the time, so I was just wanting to get in there. So that was one of them. C rank 3900. To the next one, like I said, I did six. I did six wallets. So this one's C rank 4,633. Did this one for 100 days as well. Um, and I did six, but I did five, and then Mobius. Actually, shout out to Mobius, man. I know he's probably not in the chat right now because he's still at work. But I met up with Mobius today. He linked up with me because me and him kind of live in the same area. Um, Fortunately, which is really awesome. We met up at a job site that we were looking at, maybe doing a job together, and it was just really cool to meet him, man. He's been in the chat since almost day one of we started the stream. So it was really cool to meet up with him and just sit around and talk for a while. We were just sitting up under a house in the crawl space, just talking crypto, which was really really cool. But anyway, I did six wallets, but I'm gonna only keep five. And when I went on Zen and tried to do it over the mobile, it wouldn't let me connect my wallet mobilely, right, on the mobile app. So um, I knew Mobius was out and couldn't. We were kind of excited about it, so I went ahead and minted him one, just because he wasn't able to get to it in time. So I got one saved for him, and when that mint matures, I'm just gonna send him that Zen. Just to lock him in an early position, right? So just wanted to do that for him, but that was pretty cool. But this one, 4,600 claim days in 100, and I got another one in here that's pretty maxed out. Let's see. This one here should be one of the big ones. Yeah. So this is a C rank 5,800, and this one's for 280 days. So after it hit that 5,000 mark, then it started ticking up days that you could, stretch it out for. So that's one of the other ones, and I think I got one more, and it's a pretty high ranked one. Yeah, so this one's a 17,000 C rank. So I can claim that one in 310 days, so almost a year. So pretty cool, pretty cool. Like I said, man, it got crazy in the beginning. It got super crazy. The site wasn't even working, and it was insane. Tinta, what's up, man? Good to see you. Good to see you. Will bots gangbang the gas prices all weekend long, minutes in? That's a good question. Because some of these people's game theory, right, was to go in and just fucking make like 300, 400, 500 wallets. Which in the numbers you can really kind of tell, right? You can really kind of tell. But what Jack was saying, he jumped on stream with Jim Rat, and he's saying a lot of the bot transactions is they set their gas limit so low, that a lot of their transactions were just failing. But given that you can change that and then redeploy the bots and they can get their positions back, but 90% sure that a lot of these are bots, but it's still people with just think about it. That's 45,000 wallets that have been connected, right? It's not. It most likely is repeat users, but it's all separate wallets. 45,000 separate wallets have connected to the contract, which is just really cool, man. Really, really cool to see that big of a number. And essentially it helps everybody that got in before it, to be honest. So really neat. Mobius in the chat now. What's up, man? Like I said, shout out to Mobius, man. It was awesome meeting you. I always love meeting people in crypto. Because when you're in crypto and you're you're doing everything from in home and you're on the internet streaming, you don't really feel like you don't really have anybody to talk crypto to out in the real world, right? Because 9 times out of 10, your wife is not really interested. Your family's not really interested in you talking about it, and they get kind of annoyed at you for talking about it so fucking much. So it's always cool to just meet up with people on the outside and just talk about. Like I said, me and Mobius were in a crawl space earlier, just laying on the ground talking about crypto. It's just cool, man. It's just a cool experience. Yep, Mobius, speak of the devil. I'm in to pick up C rank 602. Wasn't even going to participate. We got. For not going to participate, you sure got a good spot there, my man. Careful sharing your ranks. You would dox yourself. I don't really care, man. I don't really mind it too much. It don't really bother me that much. I'm not one of these people that really give a shit about people seeing what I got. It don't bother me too much. Anyway, let's look at the BNBP chart here in a second. And yeah, all these wallets, man. It's just like Red Squirrel said. All these wallets are just spin-offs. So they're not nothing that I really hold anything substantial in at all. Anyway, Hex token Zen is just a bit of speculation fun. Given how many people and bots can mint, you are not. Are you not entertained? Exactly, man. It gives us degens some buttons to click in the bear market, right? That's all. That's how I see Zen. It's a very cool experiment. I love and I was telling Mobius this morning when we were talking, people staking. I was like, it's still so hard for me to grasp the concept of, staking that long. Like, I understand, like, it's a very good thing to do. It's just still so hard for me to, I'm still learning, right? I'm still learning how to delay gratification like that, even though I know that's the best, crypto strategy. That's the best investing strategy you can use. It's still a big change in mindset when you're not used to doing stuff like that, right? It's huge. It's a huge change. But I'm getting there. I'm getting there. But yeah, Hex token, like I said, it's just it gives us some excitement, through these dark, dreary times in the bear market, right? Brian, my man, what's up? Ain't seen you in a while. Thank you for stopping in here, my brother. I want to hop back on stream with you and Gen Hex, man. I gotta get back in there with you guys, man. I miss it. I miss the conversations, and want to get back to old times. How does Hex token not have a wrench? Are you serious? Want to get back to old times? Oh, I'm gonna have to change that. I'm glad you said something. I'm glad you said he is now. Thank you for saying that. Mobius said, driving home finally. Yeah, man, it's Saturday. Go enjoy your weekend, man. Go enjoy your weekend. Go home, mint you some Zen, kick back, and relax. Lies Beneath the Truth. Hello, all. Good to see you. Good to see you. Yes, but they might interact with your main wallet. Just letting people know who might not know. Yeah, that's true. But like I said, it's not that big of a deal to me. I don't really care. Oh, jump in today in 9 minutes. Oh, it is Saturday. Shit. What time is it? I gotta pick up my wife. See, that's the only fucking problems on Saturdays is I gotta go pick up my wife at 5:30. That's the only problem. I might be able to jump in there for a few minutes. Might be. Yo, huge, happy. Yeah, man, J Soul, good to see you. It just uplifts the spirits in the community a little bit, right? When there's something different to go do and play around with. So it's always exciting. Thanks for the upgrade. You're welcome. All right, let's look at the price here for BNBP. Hold pretty steady, right? And this is expected, especially with what happened a couple days ago with the BSC chain halt, where they had to halt it, and they had that $500 million hack through some bridge and cross chain stuff, so they had to deal with all that. And honestly, I thought this was going to dump pretty hard because Jacob came out and made an announcement to where he was going to delay the game launch for a few days due to that, because he didn't want to launch anything in an unstable environment, which I 100% agree with. But you have your people out there that when they hear the word delay, they don't like it and they'll sell off a bit. But to be honest, man, it's done pretty well. It's held its this $10, $11 floor that it's kind of carved out. Let me see. In this general area, right here, that's going to be a good floor going forward, in my opinion, right? It's going to be a really good floor, especially if we can get right back above the $12.92 and $14.05. Those are huge, huge levels that we need to get back above. The prior highs here, if we can break back above those and make a higher high and just, come back down and test them as support and hold that, I really think it could be a very, very bullish move. Um, and, we got that big string planned also. Bullish. Bullish is the one that's put it all together. It's going to be a big like party stream where, whenever the games for B&B Pot launch, we're going to have everybody on stream where people can come on and, all join the game and play against each other. There's going to be up to 1,000 B&BP giveaway, which is massive. That's quite a bit of money at current prices. So it's going to be fun. It's going to be interesting. And I really do think when these games launch, we could probably see a significant pump on the price of BMBP, in my opinion. Because things are just cooling down, right? We had the very hype cycle of the launch phase. You had your, sacrificers and referral people that got a lot of tokens through referrals. They took profits and sold some, and then now we're just finally getting into the natural system of price discovery and price foundation. So if it and see it's pumping right now. To be honest, it's back above $11 at the current. Oh shit! It's back above $11 currently. So it's on the move. We are in a little bit of a rising channel here. So we could find some resistance around $11.30. But all in all, it's holding up good, and I'm very satisfied with how the price action has been so far. Because you can see, I mean, just look at these wicks, right? Look at these red vector candles, and look at how big the wicks are, and then immediately following those big ass, red candles and wicks, you have immediate buy pressure. Even though it is a lower low or a lower high, you still have that immediate buy pressure from people dumping, which is it just shows a strong foundation. And if you look, can I change the color of this? Let's see. What does this do? Yeah, perfect. And if you look in this range, like right here where these wicks are, and you can just see they all bounce right back above this little low right here. So nothing's really went below $9. So every time it gets in the $9 range, and that's even where I'm a buyer and is in the $9 range, it just gets scooped right back up. So pretty bullish, pretty bullish. The only down bear case I could see on this chart right now is maybe a little bear flag going on right here, which it's not a very sexy one at the moment, but like I said, it could play out. But in the short term, price action is looking good. Maybe come back up and test this $11.5 region. So all in all, looking pretty good. Looking pretty good. Proof of participation, whenever that is. Enjoy it. Exactly. So let's go over here to the B&B Pot website, and kind of get a little bit of familiar with it. He did. The games were going to be launching in about 5 to 6 days until the other day when all that shit happened. So he decided to push it back. So you can see, I mean, he didn't push it back too far. He just pushed it back a couple of days, which, like I said, is not a bad move, especially given the environment BSC was in. But I really can't wait. This is just another driving factor of why I'm so bullish for Pulse Chain, right? With what happened, with the hack, yeah, it's terrible, and they paused the chain, and whatever. But it just shows so much centralization in the crypto space, and and Richard said it perfectly earlier. Blockchain. His belief is blockchains should not be able to be paused, or blockchains should not be able to be reversed, right? Whatever happens is final, and that's what I firmly believe. If you make a mistake on the blockchain and you lose some shit or whatever, fuck it. I mean, it's your fault. Sometimes it ain't your fault. Sometimes it can be a malicious actor in the space, but in my opinion, for future references and for future planning, it's just better if things just if it can't be reversed, right? If people keep seeing that it's just so centralized and things can be reversed, you're not gonna be the leading technology going forward, in my opinion, right? People were trying to get away from that. That's what crypto was made to do, was get away from centralization and get away from the centralized entities that can control everything. We want to break free of that. We want, freedom of movement, freedom of speech, and we want freedom to do whatever the fuck we want to do with our money. And if that happens to be get scammed sometimes, it's just what it happens to be. But you should not be able, to roll back a chain and do shit like that. It's not, it's not what crypto is about. But anyway, if we go down here to staked assets here, you can see that 62.68% of the total supply is staked, which is incredible. That's a that's a pretty good number for total coins being staked. Sorry, I'm at a loss of words. I had a brain fart just for a second, but I was expecting somewhere around 45 or 50%, so it's really outdone my expectations, which is really nice. But I think this number will get even higher. People are waiting around for the games. People are, they want some liquid coins to play around with. People want to get their profit taken out of the way. So, after a couple months, I really think we could see this number start ticking up, and especially when the airdrops and the rewards start pumping in, and people start seeing the rewards coming and start getting the airdrops and stuff like that, you're going to really see this number get hiked up. Probably, I think above 75, 80%, in my opinion, right? But anyway, damn guys, look at it. It's breaking out as we talk. It's at $11.32. Let's check it out. Oh yeah, somebody just made a couple big buys here. $2,000 buy, $1,000 buy. People are making some pretty big, pretty stout moves on it. It's right at the resistance right now as we speak, at this little upper trend line here. So let's see if it can break out of there and hold it as support. That sure would be nice. Sure would be nice. But anyway, how's everybody's day been? Besides the Zen stuff, the weather's finally changing here on the East Coast, so it's freaking beautiful outside, man. Weather I've been waiting on all year. Let's see. Mobius says, "Can't wait." What you talking about? Can't wait on what? Can't wait on what? Can't wait on what? I had something else I wanted to show, but I can't remember what it was. I can't fucking remember what it was. Oh yeah. I wanted to go through a little, watch list that I had on MJB says, what was the talk in TG about changing the names of the BNB pot casino? Did you hear? Yeah, this has been talks. Me and Nate were oh man, it just got rejected pretty hard at that level. But anyway, me and Nate, it's been a discussion for a while, because you don't want, with us launching on 5 different chains, you don't want 5 different Telegrams. You don't want 5 different Twitters. For marketing, that is just a disaster, right? That is a marketing nightmare. When you have a project that's on 5 different chains and you have 5 Twitters, 5 Telegrams, it's just unmanageable. So you kind of want a central hub. You want a name that you can classify all of them into, right? Like Decentraland Casino. I'm just using that as an example. That's nothing that's really been thrown around. But you want like a central hub, like a domain name that you can go to, and from that single domain name you can branch out to all the other chains or all the other casinos on the other chains, right? It's just from a marketing perspective, and it's just more manageable. When you do have projects on other chains, you don't want to have that many domains and telegrams and twitters. So that I think that's what you're talking about. I think that's what the talk was about. Like I said, I don't really keep up with it as much as I do anymore. I bounce in and out of there. I come in to say hello and check in with everybody because at the end of the day, I help build that community. So it's always going to be a part of me, and I love everybody in there. So I'll always be up in there. Moby says BNBP rewards. Yeah, and I think they could be pretty lucrative in the beginning, because when this thing first goes live, especially because let's look here. You got the jackpot game, then you're gonna have roulette and the fortune wheel. When these first come out, man, you're gonna have some pretty big volume. But in my opinion, what I really think is gonna, just set it over the top is the sports betting and price calls. When this stuff launches, you're gonna have so many people that love to do sports betting and stuff like that come in here, and they play around with some pretty big money. I know a couple of people. Well, all my friends, when they go to the bars and stuff like that, they'll just sit in there and gamble on sports and do all this other stuff, man. And it's a huge market. It's a very, very huge market. And if we can grasp even 5 or 10% of that market share and bring into here, all the volume and revenue that comes to this platform is going to be paid back to the stakers and the holders in some form or fashion. So I really think the rewards, each time one of these games launches, I think the rewards could be very lucrative if you are staked. And like I said, it all boils down to your position size, of course. But it's going to be interesting to see. It's going to be interesting to see how it takes place. But I'm super excited for it. Super, super excited for it. And I just love, I don't know how I've said this, but I love this new front end. The first front end that was put up on PulsePot, was just kind of, basic. And, I understand it was for testnet phases and everything like that. But, you okay? Okay. I understand it was for testnet phases and stuff. But this new front end is pretty clean, in my opinion. They got, everything. A new thing that they can have, I don't know if you guys know much about it, is the referral program, though. Let's see. I haven't really read much of one, but the referral program. So when the games do go live, you're going to earn a portion. If you refer people, you're going to earn a portion of their, playing the games, which is really cool. It's already a mini disaster with 2 separate Telegram chats, people in PulsePot, one asking questions. Yeah, exactly. That's exactly. And before I left and before Nate left, we even told him that, they created the Telegram, the BNB Telegram after we left and all that other stuff. But, we were trying to push before we left that, we should probably just keep everything in one place because stuff's going to get scattered and stuff's just going to get hard to manage. Unless you have like 3 different admins in this one and 3 different admins in that one. But, the way it's going right now is the group of admins they got are trying to manage everything. And, eventually, with growth, if, the casino gets as much adoption as they want it to, you're going to need that in a central place, right? It's just going to become unmanageable and it's just going to become a shit show. So, you gotta, you got to do things sometimes that just make sense, in my opinion. But let me stop sharing for a second here. Pull this up. Because I've been making a little watch list, just while in the bear market, just, keeping things, being on the lookout for stuff that I wanted to add, just, because, a lot of times in the bear market, I'll scroll through a lot of different projects and just read up on a lot of stuff. And if I like it and it's got potential, I'll slap it in here. Except XRP. I don't know why XRP, to be honest. But I want to go over a few of these with you guys that could really, really pop off in the next bull market, in my opinion. Like Near Protocol, I am super mega bullish on Near Protocol. Because it's basically one of Solana's top competitors. It's wrote in the same programming language. it had almost an identical, fundraising rounds and stuff like that. And there's a lot going on behind the scenes within that ecosystem. And with some of the stuff they're building in their DeFi ecosystem right now, it's just super bullish. It's just super bullish. And, you know, the fully diluted, there's almost all the coins are in circulating supply. Only like 200 million are left open. It's down 82%. And it's just an awesome layer one blockchain in my opinion. That's got a lot of adoption and a lot of building going on in the bear market. Right, that's my number one thing I look for in these bear markets is who's building, who's coming out with consistent updates, who's got a strong community behind them that still has engagement, that's still out here grinding for people. That's one of the big things I look at in these bear markets, because if they're there in the bear markets, they're going to be there in the bull markets times 100, right? So we will see. Another one I'm real bullish on is Sandbox. In my opinion, Sandbox is going to be the top leading metaverse going forward in the next bull market. They just stay on the ground, man. They stay on constant updates. They just released their another level of alpha, which it's just really fun to go in there and play around with. Another one's Helium. Helium's really cool in my opinion too. I don't know. I got a lot of these, man. A lot of these. Like I said, I'm not a Hex maxi. I'm not a one type of coin maxi. I like to dibble dabble in everything, and I like to learn about what's going on in the crypto space rather than just sitting in one community and letting other shit just pass me by, right? Not everything in crypto is shit, right? Don't get me wrong. A lot of the stuff that is launched in crypto is garbage, right? Like these shitty tax tokens, these fucking meme coins, these platforms that rely on new investors to pump the price. Like that shit gets old, right? Because as soon as the hype dies down, it's just gonna fall right over. So you really want to find good projects that just have good fundamentals, right? You want to have a good fundamental, strong portfolio in the top. Then you can get a little risky, right? You can get a little risky. You can start, dibble dabbling down here in these riskier assets and stuff like that. Like I hold a good bag of Vent, the Empire DAO. What they're doing is really, really cool. Investing in all type of stuff, metaverse, and basically kind of similar as Cult DAO, but they do it in the metaverse, which is their big holdings. They got big holdings in NFTs and metaverse lands and stuff like that. They hold one of the biggest lands in Sandbox, which is kind of cool. So I'm super bullish on Vimp as well. That's about all I got, man. I'm sitting here rambling now. I know Gen Hex is probably streaming now, so everybody can go ahead and migrate on over there, all 7 of you. But I appreciate it. Like I said, I didn't really have too much to talk about. I just wanted to cover Zen and go over what I did and how many I minted, and it's just cool. Let's go ahead and refresh this page before I go to see 45,065. Now let's see how much it's grown. That's insane. 5,000 people, dude. It's incredible. These numbers are gonna get insane. I might have to go mint me some more. I might have to go mint me some more here in a minute when I get off here. So we'll see. We'll see. I just, one of the big things about minting all those, and somebody, chia. Oh man, I'm lucky, Mobius, man. I did hold a lot of chia back in the bull market when that shit was at I think it was at like $360. Luckily, I sold that shit. Because I'd be one mad motherfucker if I still held it today. From $300 some. But I do want to start getting into like some of the tech side of stuff, like mining some of these coins, and even if it's not very profitable, it's still cool, right? It's still fun to play around with and stuff like that. So, yeah. But yeah, I'm thinking I might, and people give me some advice on this, because it's hard for me to really think about sometimes, is how do you manage more than I'd say 10 watts? How do you manage all that shit, man? Like that's a shitload of clicking. Mobius said 1,500 to 33. Holy shit balls. Well, let's see. I think let's pull it up. I remember looking at this back in the bear market. It's funny that, but it had a lot of big people behind it and like promoting this. Like it's still got 3.2 million in 24-hour trade volume, which is not bad. Daniel said K4K is saying Zen can get game to it. It definitely could, right? It definitely could. Guys, I wanted to push it. Zen is not going to be a get rich crypto. If I'm wrong, Lord help me. I'll be glad to be wrong. Zen is not a get rich crypto kind of thing, right? It's a fun little experiment in the bear market that revolves around, delay and gratification and stuff like that. So, like I said, it's just a fun little thing to take part in, right? Can it get gamed and get fucked? Of course it could, but it's still fun. It's still fun to play around with. There's going to be people out there with probably like 5,000 wallets, right? So, I mean, it's just something to play around with and have a little fun. Like all it did was cost us some gas, right? It's free basically. So, keep that in mind. Oh God, yeah, man, look at that chart. Holy shit. 1,551 all the way down to it's down 98%. No, the all-time high was $1,645. Damn, son. I don't know, man. I think this thing could maybe pop back in the future. Maybe. Because they did have some exciting stuff that they were talking about. So we'll see. Yeah, MJB, you're 100% right. Real question is, what will Jack Levin build on top of Zen? Because, I mean, that's what I think, man. Because Jack Levin is not a dummy, right? He's not a stupid guy. He's 21st Googler and stuff like that. Like he's not an idiot. Like I'm sure he's got a plan, right? He's not just gonna launch a token into the abyss and just let it get fucking inflated to oblivion, right? I'm sure there's something behind the scenes that they have planned to spin off of it in some way to make it, long lasting or make it, just fun for the community, right? It's just interesting to see. It's interesting to see. It's one of the top gas or fee burners on Etherscan. Even that's a cool metric to see. You launched your own contract and it's got one of the leading gas fee producers in the last 24 hours. It's just cool, and it's something to be proud of. You got something that has very high demand, right? Looks wrecked, but they're building a lot. Nuts Gaming, etc. Yeah, like I said, I heard some good stuff about them. They've been pretty under the radar for the most part. That's why I was kind of shocked when you brought them up earlier, because you didn't hear many people talking about Chia, right? But it definitely could, pop back off. Chia's a network. Chia Network is building a better blockchain for real world use. We are a secure, sustainable, and regulatory compliant blockchain network. Well, God damn it, you didn't let me read it. Setting the standard for digital currency infrastructure and inclusive access to global and decentralized finance. So, and it's got a lot of big people behind it too. So a lot of smart people, behind it. So, be interesting to see. Let's check out their Twitter real quick. How many followers they have on Twitter and if they're active? They have almost 100K followers on Twitter. And some of the interaction on Twitter is still good, right? They have pretty good engagement on Twitter still. So it's definitely something to keep your eye on, in my opinion. Definitely is. I don't even know if it's on my watch list. Nope. It is now. It is now. So yeah, Chia. The chart looks fucking terrible, right? But it's like, people taught me, when your gut hurts when you buy something, that's probably a good time to be buying, right? You don't want to buy here, right? So you want to buy down here. And think about it, guys. It launched in a fucked up market last year, right? It launched in, June or July of 2021, which is a terrible time to launch a project. So just keep that in mind. But Yeah, I'm about to wrap it on up here. Let's refresh this one more time to see how much it popped up. So we're at 50,028. Let's refresh it again. Yeah, 51,220 or 57. So it's getting, like I said, it's getting minted out. It's getting minted out. But who knows? A lot of these minters could be some that have minted for, 1 day, 10 days, and then they could, um, mint their coins and start providing liquidity and stuff like that and doing some cool stuff with it. So, we never know. It's just something to keep our eye on through, through the bear market time to see what comes out the other side. Uh, could be interesting. Could be interesting. But guys, that's all I got. I'll probably try to do a stream tomorrow, and I'll have a little bit more structured activity to do. Not quite sure what it is yet, but I kind of want to get back on my weekend schedule with the streaming and stuff like that. So, if y'all would please hit the like button. Please consider subscribing. We are almost at the 1K mark, guys. Only like I think 75 or 80 more people, and we will be at 1K, which will be huge, huge for me. And I plan on doing a pretty big, healthy community giveaway when we do hit that mark. So stay tuned. Everything is everything that I've accomplished is because of you guys. I really, really, really do appreciate it. Because without you guys, I wouldn't have any motivation to come on here and talk anymore. So thank y'all for that. Have a great rest of y'all's day, and I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace, guys.